You know, I feel like we're at a crossroads with this family. What happened with Brian, what's happened with your grandson, Miranda. I get curious in moments like these. Not to harken back to your past, but your ex husband, John. If I'm correct, if I have the timeline correct, you broke up with him after having Joey, right? Nanny, your mother, Nanny Agatha, she suggested that.
Yes, I bash my mother for her lack of help and just being a mom at times, but there were a few instances where I credit her for helping me, and it was her suggestion. Yes, she was the one that made that suggestion, so I can't take that away from her.
Even though he was abusive and toxic and everything in between, you weren't for it. You wanted to stay with him. Am I right?
It's all a blur. But what I do remember from back then, from my naive self, was that I believed I could change him. I didn't think that it would always be that way. I'm much older. I've met a lot of people who've lived the same situation, and I know better now, but being a 17-year-old, what was I supposed to think? I was naive.
When you guys separated and you started to be a single mom to Joey, was there another woman involved? Did John have another relationship in that period of time between Joey getting older and then Gabby being born?
My mother held no reservations that John was bad for me. Even if he was Joey's father, she still wanted nothing to do with him. She wanted him gone, out of my life. And I was okay with it at first. I missed him. I loved him, of course, despite everything that was happening. But there was another woman, from what I heard. Another girl. Stacy. I refused to know anything about her because I was jealous. It's crazy how you can be jealous of a monster. Not Stacy, of course, but how I could hold jealousy that my monster, John, had another girl. But that's how naive I was.
So you were jealous of John having this relationship with Stacy, so much so that you got back with him. And then you had Gabby. Correct?
Yes, and don't repeat this to Gabby, because I love her and I wanted a daughter, but there was part of me that, of course, had her out of jealousy. I thought, oh, let me give him another kid. That'll take his attention away from whoever this Stacy woman is. Again, naive. It's the 90s. We don't really have much to do other than freaking watch TV, read TV Guide, and gossip with our friends. John had such a mystique. He made me feel like there was only one of him. If only I had known that McDonald's churns out 1 billion burgers a day, and it messes up your heart if you're not careful. So yeah, I had Gabby.
Okay. So after that, he's still toxic, he's the worst, right? But you still want to make it work. You still think that he's redeemable, that people can change. You have faith in him like that, correct?
Yes, because I still believed that he could change. That's all I remember, really. It's my conviction in that. I truly believed it. I believed it like I don't have a comparison.
I can't fault you for that. You tried to make your marriage work. That's what I'm about. The Bible says marriage is everything. Divorce isn't a thing, and look at us now. But I'm curious, so the divorce though, that was more Agatha's idea, right? She pushed for that.
Yes, like I said, I do credit my mother. If I can credit her for anything, aside from bringing me into this world, I can credit her for opening my eyes to him. It was a struggle being a single mother, and she didn't help me one bit, but the one good thing she did was spare me from a life of abuse.
It's weird hearing you say something good about your mom. Alright, so where I'm lost though, and I'm sorry for being so curious, you'll understand in a minute why I am. Trust me. You get your divorce. Now you have Gabby and Joey with John's last name, right? Green. John Green. Why does Gabby and Joey have the last name Riley, or maiden name, today?
Well, I think there was part of me that wasn't so naive. I can feel it in my gut, because I remember telling myself to not give Gabby John's last name. Joey Green, though, bothered me after we had gone our separate ways, and the fact that John never returned really didn't sit well with me. It hurt. So I could not have my son have his last name. So I had it changed, legally, back to Riley. So he could match his sister to match me.
Got it. So after the divorce, he pretty much fell off the map, John Green. Right? He just vanished.
As most deadbeats do.
Yeah. You've been living thinking that he's either roaming this world, caught up in like gambling debts or alcoholism or whatever, right? Or you probably assumed he was dead. It's crazy how one of those has to be true. And I know which one it is.
I'm sorry.
It's not my job to tell you any of this. It's really not. And the only reason that I didn't tell you any of this is because I was trying to give your mother the benefit of the doubt. I thought by now she would have at least told you. I thought after everything that's happened recently, this would have come up. And I really talk about scandals. I really had faith that Agatha would do the same thing. I even nudged her. The whole paternity test scandal thing. Perfect opportunity to open the door for other things to be spoken about. She still hasn't done it.
What are you talking about, Jonathan?
Might be a little hard to follow, but you'll get it in a minute. It's gonna be a big mental dump for you, and I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, Mill. I gave your mother the benefit of the doubt, but because I love you now, I have to do her job. Because you see, I have a sister named Stacy. She had a child out of wedlock, meaning that child kept her last name Montgomery. Child out of wedlock, you know how that goes in my family. A lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment, a lot of trying to keep things swept under the rug. Didn't really want that interfering with my church. Now, I danced around saying have a sister because in all reality I had a sister. Her baby daddy, lovely term, try saying that on stage to a church. Her baby daddy was abusive. Very, very, very angry because of his other life. Wasn't going the way he wanted it to. Stacy was the other woman to whatever life he was living. And one day, Brian Montgomery comes home to his mother, a mess at the hands of his father. And Brian loses it on John Green, your ex-husband. Brian can't save his mom, my sister. Damage is already done by your ex-husband. If you're not following, John fathered Joey and John fathered Brian.
No. No.
Before you ask any questions, just listen to me, let me finish. So, my sister's dead. Her boyfriend, baby daddy, Brian's father is dead. Helped the scandal in my church, out of wedlock. Now Stacy is a victim. It's sad. Her out of wedlock decision is suddenly it's viewed that she was coerced into it. It helped my image, my family image. It did. We swept it under the rug. We got him off the murder charge. Buried it. Your mom reached out to me. No remorse in her eyes whatsoever about what your ex-husband just did. She was just so concerned about you not finding out. She wanted it to, he just ran off 6 hours away with his other family. And you fell for it. You didn't ask any questions. She offered me a nice big lump sum of money for me to raise Brian. His grandmother, she wanted him though. Stacy's mom. We fought for years over it. She didn't want any of the money. She just wanted Brian, because that was her daughter's baby. God rest her soul. I hate your mom. If she didn't tell you to divorce that man, he would have never come back to Stacy. If she didn't tell you to break up with him that first time, he would have never met her. My sister is dead because of your mom. My sister is dead because of your mom. Brian's mother is dead because of your mom and because of your ex-husband. And she didn't even have the nerve to tell you any of this out of all the chances that she's had. All of it. The scandal, everything that I pushed for. I just wanted her to tell you the truth. I just wanted the truth to come out. So I didn't have to be the one to tell Brian, or you, or your son. But she's a coward. Now you understand, right? The whole paternity test thing. She wasn't doing Miranda a favor. Yes, she was, partially. But what she really was doing was choosing which brother gets the darling child. Which brother gets Miranda. Maybe she looked at it as doing Brian a favor, make up for the life that she's been keeping from him, right? She must feel some guilt towards him. Both his parents are dead. How do you repay him? Oh, you give him a baby. You make him believe he's the father of a baby. I know how she faked the results. All she had to do was take Joey's DNA, mix it up in the lab, shows that Brian's related to Charlotte because they're brothers. Swap a paternity test for a DNA test. Simple. I don't know if that's how she did it, but that's what I assume. So that's what your mother's been keeping from you. That's what she's been keeping from Brian. I don't know if she's told Miranda, but she sure as hell hasn't told anyone else, so
This can't be. It can't be.
Oh, but it is. It can be. Isn't it funny how the one time your mom tried to protect you from finding out that your ex-husband no longer existed, fathered a child with a woman, and then both of them are dead? One time she tried to protect you from that, but something in general, she hurt everybody else. So now Brian has to live with the fact that he's not the father of Charlotte. He has to live with the fact that he's hated his brother for now how long? Half brother. He's got a half sister. And he doesn't know anything about it because of your mother.
You could have said something, you asshole. Sooner than this.
I lost a sister because of your mom. I lost a sister because of your ex-husband. It wasn't my job to tell you any of this. Not one bit. Your mother orchestrated the entire thing, technically. And now I'm dating her daughter. Now I'm in her family. And I love you. I genuinely do. And I mean this when I say this to you. But you deserved a better mother than her. I get that she was trying to protect you from your ex-husband. And she wanted him to not come back, and she wanted you to think that he was gone forever. But because she pushed him away, because she did what she did in your relationship, my sister is dead.
But if she didn't do that, and I'm sorry for your sister, Jonathan, I am not trying to be cold, but if she didn't do that, then I would have had the fate of Stacy. I would be dead.
Right. And that's the pickle that I'm in right now mentally, is would I trade my sister for you? And I love you so much that right now I wouldn't. But now, like me, you have to deal with this information. Because your son Joey had to find out that he had another half brother from you. But now he has to find out he has another one. And it's the man who took his ex-wife. Isn't it crazy how the universe works like that? Isn't it crazy how there's God up there plotting this all out? The irony that we're all supposed to deal with and figure out how to handle. Do we even tell Brian and your son and Cabby?
I need a minute to digest all of this.
I know. The only positive that I can think of, though, not to clutter your mind, is that if we told Brian the truth about all this, that Joey is his brother, then maybe Brian would give the hell up on trying to find Charlotte, because now he's an uncle. He can be a good uncle. Right? Maybe.
Don't mask it. You didn't just hate my mother. You probably hated me too. But all this time, you had a hatred towards my mother because of what happened to your sister. Is that so?
I just wanted remorse from your mom. There was none. And then I extended the olive branch to work with her. She said no. And then I find out she faked Brian's paternity test. Just to do him a favor and make him think that he's a father. Maybe. But what did she really do? She made his life a million times worse. Did she not? So now I have my sister dead. I have my nephew dealing with the police right now for his mental health. I hate your mother.
Never did I think that I would be apologizing to a Montgomery, let alone apologizing for my mother. But I'm sorry for how things turned out. I guess in a way she did put me first. 'Cause she didn't want me to wind up like Stacy. Doesn't make it right though.
Well, I think I got her back. I think I got her back. Real good.
How?
The truth, of course. The truth. One day, Brian will find out the truth, and it will come from me and you, possibly. And the fact that we're together, that's how I got back at her, mostly. She can't stand the fact that I'm in her life still, in a way.
You know, all of this that you've been sitting on for all these years would give you a big motive for killing my grandson, wouldn't it? What better way to get back for the death of your sister than the death of my grandson?
No, please. If I wanted to hurt Agatha by killing a family member, I would have poisoned Miranda. Or, don't take this the wrong way, Gabby. Why would I go after Junior?
Right. You're right. Somehow I get it now. You're just the victim like I am. And I'm sorry for ever pointing the finger your way. I'm not the only one that my mother screwed over. I'm sorry for Stacy. I'm sorry for my ex-husband. I'm sorry for all of it.
So what do we do now?